So the golf ball will sink, right? Okay. Apply Epsom salt, it'll float. Let's hope it will. Now that so we can do that regardless. Okay, so what's gonna happen is, so I'm gonna put this golf ball in here, and it's gonna float, okay? And it's gonna float just below the surface level of the water. And what's gonna happen is the heavy side of the golf ball, the center of gravity in this golf ball is not in the center of this golf ball. If it were in the center of this golf ball, if I put it in here, the ball would literally just spin. That would be the perfect golf ball, okay? But there is no perfect golf ball because it's mass produced, okay? So what's gonna happen, I'm gonna put it in here. It's gonna then float to the top. I'm gonna grab a hold of it. I'm gonna mark where the light side was. So if I mark it right here, the heavy side will be right here, okay? Now if I put it back in the water, and I put it this way, it'll flip right to this and the mark will come right to the top again, okay? Now, that's good to know because if I were gonna putt, I'd put a line right where that mark is, okay? And then I would put the heavy side here and that's how it hit putts. Now what if I put the heavy side over here and I tried to roll that way on a straight putt? It would have to be, if you understand physics, it would have to pull this way, correct? Okay. So, but I also want to know, is this a really good ball to play with? So according to Colonel Templeton in his book, basically between 80 and 100 milligrams, if it's over 80 milligrams, and let's say I'm gonna get this tape, this lead tape, and I'm gonna cut off a little piece. Okay. Now this much lead tape is about 80 milligrams, okay? So I'm gonna put that lead tape right on that black mark. I'm gonna put it back in the water. Now, if it flips over, that's a balanced golf ball. I'm gonna put it in play. If I put it in there and that's still up top, that's a ball I probably shouldn't play with. So just to let you know, on Bryson's golf balls, I cut that tape in half. Bryson gets a lot of golf balls, right? So I would cut that tape in half if his ball flipped over, which is really amazing with the Bridgestone ball. Most of them do, okay? It flips right over, about 50 milligrams. And that would be a playable ball. If it's over 50 milligrams or if it doesn't flip over, we just throw it out. And so when I was doing his golf balls, out of every dozen, we'd maybe throw out one or two, and that was about it. Okay? But even those one or two, those would be playable for a normal, let's say
Can you do that with every ball?
Every ball.
Before and
Yeah,
after?
because every ball is different.
Yeah.
Right?
How long will that process take?
It takes, to do a dozen balls, it's what, 10, 15 minutes maybe? 10 minutes. We did. It was perfect the way it was. It was absolutely. But that's how you do that. So, and then what else was I gonna say? So the reason why tour players, it's probably not so important with tour players, because if, like this ball here, for example, I marked it right here. So if I marked, most guys mark their aim line right across the letters right here, and you can see the black dot is almost right under that. So that ball would be fine, right, for the most part, even if you didn't weigh it. But what happens if I did it and that became the heavy side over there, and the guy marks his ball here? Potentially that could make his golf ball go offline. Now we've seen a ball at 50 milligrams off center at 90 degrees on a 20-foot putt literally go 20 inches offline. Okay, we've seen that. The reason why tour pros really don't need to do it because they basically change their golf ball every hole or every other hole. So they're only going to play with a ball potentially that's really bad, maybe one hole anyway, or 2 holes. But guys like other players that might play a ball for 9 holes, because you really can play, what manufacturers have said, you can play a golf ball until it's scuffed. So if your golf ball is never scuffed, you could literally play it for a month. I don't know of many golfers that don't scuff their golf ball. But usually if it's scuffed, that's when a ball will start flying funny. So if you're changing your golf ball every hole, you don't need to worry about this, but if you want to save some money and putt with a better golf ball, this is what I would do.